Laz here. Thank you so much for following Illusion versus Reality. I'm working on some new effects, and so I was going to film a video, but I thought I'd give you a quick behind the scenes. These are practice pads for those of you that are just getting into magic, asking questions. It's just a practice mat. This one was custom made. You can make them yourself. They don't have to be hardback like this one is. I just preferred it that way. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, so I gave some more specifications, something softer. I got this spectrum green, and then I asked for what they call royal velvet blue. It shows up better with a red deck of cards. It's a favorite of Richard Turner, who's like a hero to me. It's royal velvet, and it's just amazing. The person who made my first two couldn't make it, so I'm super proud. I actually made this myself, and it turned out to be one of my favorite mats. So I took that new experience and I made close-up mats. It's just a hardback mat that I can travel, throw it in a bag. I made two different colors because, again, that blue with a red deck for cameras shows up. The question I'm addressing today is the difference between collectible decks and decks that you trash and perform with. So I use pretty much exclusively a red bicycle deck in my show. So you'll see a lot of those here just stockpiled. This is pretty much my close-up show. I alternate some of these. Obviously you can't do a lot of tricks with a lock through your deck, but that's a super powerful effect I can do with a red bicycle deck. And then some collectors. I have more over here. I mentioned Richard Turner. These are autographed decks by him. And some magic books. You can learn a lot from books. More than you can maybe a video or something. Depends on how you learn. Shin Lim autographed. Pretty impressive. S.W. Erdnase. If you know, you know. These are the Jerry's Nuggets playing cards from the Jerry's Nugget Casino in Las Vegas. They don't make these anymore. But around 1970, supply and demand. So now you find these two originals. These aren't originals, they're reproductions. But the originals of these go on eBay for about $500 each. So kind of crazy. I love it when friends go on vacation. They bring back playing cards from their trip. I think that's awesome, and it's a great memory. The 2020 celebration for the Bicycle Playing Card Company and all of their main editions. And then Daniel Madison. I recommend you follow him on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. He is a sleight of hand artist, calls himself a deception artist. These are all his decks. He signed to me. I was a Disney cast member, so I got a deck from when I worked at Disney versus now. Went on the Disney Cruise Line, and Eric Jones, who's someone else that I would recommend to follow, is a huge coin magician, amazing. We spent an evening in the bar performing magic for other people, so had him sign a deck. And then David Blaine. Starts here, goes all the way down. His original split spades, his Gatorback collection, which is a tribute to his daughter, so I have them in every color scheme. This was a wedding present from David to my wife and I, which brings me to my favorite deck, which would be the deck that I use to perform, or propose, I should say, for my wife. Willie made me one of our favorite pictures. I wanted to have her photo as the Queen of Hearts. Some more David decks, to include the first one he ever sent from 2009. And then lastly, I think I'll share this. This is where we've come from, right? This is a deck of cards. It's a replica, but of how they looked back in the day, if you will. So we went from old pasteboards where they didn't even have the number and the face cards, if you can see one in here. And there's the ace of spades, ace of diamonds. Like how far we've come from this and cardboardish to where we are today. So keep it magical and keep moving forward. Just wanted to share my space with you.